And oh, the off arm. Castle finally got that call. Deep screen set for Castle. He's going to attack, but Chet with good help. Here's Vassell, three-pointer. Wow, over a pretty darn good contest. Double team Shai. Hartenstein, he's going to try to make the play. Goes up to Chet. Nope, Wembanyama knew exactly what he was doing that time. They throw it ahead. Johnson back to Castle. They need this three. They get this three. They're going to get double Shai once more. That does force him to go earlier, at least. With Caruso out of the game, they're not as good at attacking. Chet, that's a tough jumper. Hartenstein beat Vassell to the ball. The offensive rebounding of Hartenstein. And Wallace has been great. Double on Shai again. Wallace, pass fake. Hartenstein underneath. Goes to the floater and scores. That is such a difficult shot. He wasn't even facing the basket. So do the Spurs have one more push now? Hartenstein remains on the floor to go against Wembanyama. Johnson, Castle sets the screen. Drop coverage. Now Johnson switched on to by Wallace. Champagny, this is a pretty ugly looking play here. Wembanyama set the initial screen. He wasn't really involved. Castle backs up Chet. Pulls for three. Nice rebound. Johnson got inside Wallace. Scores and one.
And he battles, gets inside position there, and then goes back up strong.
Yeah, that's a great rebound and a good gorilla dribble to set himself and power up. Missed the free throw, though. Good box out by Hartenstein. A.J. Mitchell back in the game now to give him some of that side-to-side action. Shai working at the left elbow. Gets through. Floats it up. Yes, sir. Castle did not like the off arm there of Shai potentially hooking him, but getting Shai with a live dribble at the elbow. I like that play call. Spurs got to deny that catch. I think they're going to go back to that. Mark Daigneault likes to run the same thing over and over again. Now Wembanyama, one-on-one. Chet is lurking on the baseline. Wembanyama gets off the ball. Champagny couldn't get the same banked three that McCain got. They're going to run the same play again. Screen for Shai right to the elbow. Hartenstein sets the screen. Mitchell runs away. Vassell is gapping off of Mitchell. Shai facing up. Goes to the weak side. Pass was not on target. Shai gets it back down to 4. Double team. Mitchell. Pass fake. Shot. Another offensive rebound by Hartenstein. Shai waves everyone away. Wants to attack Castle. Goes for the step back three. Short. Another offensive rebound by Isaiah Hartenstein. He's getting inside of Wembanyama. Now Shai's stuck. Still goes for the jumper and just missed it. It rattled out somehow. They used a lot of time in that position. Shai's exhausted right now. Here's Castle corner. Johnson three. Late close by Wallace. Doesn't matter. Guys are looking pretty tired here after that last possession. Shai, yeah, you can see how tired he is. He says, A.J. Mitchell, you got to go do it, buddy. But Shai now wants to get it against Vassell. Mitchell going against the better defender. Castle steps through. Wembanyama comes over. There's Hartenstein. Man, he just is not, but he got pushed in the back. He missed the free throw, so Hartenstein, all these offensive rebounds are wasting time, but he's not actually able to cash them out into points. Wallace picking up Castle, who's had to guard Shai on one end and be the primary ball hitter. Johnson slips out of there. Wide open three. Champagny can't knock it down. Vassell went over the back. That's going to be more free throws. Over the backbreaker by Devin Vassell. Back to 8. Wembanyama has not gotten going offensively here in the quarter. Tries to slip out. Castle gets Shai on him. He pulled the chair on him, but he also pulled the jersey on him. Yeah, I haven't loved OKC's defense on these guard screening actions where they're just giving up rolls to the rim and corner threes. Like, why can't you just switch that? Good pressure by Wallace. Yes, that's OKC ball, says Mark Daigneault, and he is right. Now OKC is going to dribble the air out of the ball. Shai looking to get the ball at the elbow again. Goes quickly this time. Steps back. Short. Rebound Vassell. The one problem there is he's going against Castle. Here's Wembanyama on the attack, going after his own rebound again. Boxed out beautifully by Mitchell.
And that shot was from further out.
They double Shai in the backcourt. Caruso looking to make the play. They want to, again, run time here with a 3-possession lead. Here's Mitchell on the drive. Pulls up. Yes, sir. Again, Wembanyama just not quite impacting those shots around the dotted line when he has Hartenstein to deal with. Go under on Castle. He goes one more on the pass. Beautiful look there to Vassell. I thought that was going to Wembanyama, and he nexted the pass. Spurs trying to pressure here, but they're looking pretty fatigued. 7-point game. Shai again at the elbow. Castle trying to make the catch difficult, down to 10. Shai has looked pretty tired here down the end. Jab step, looking to get the shot off. A little bit outside of his comfort zone on that. I think they need to go a different direction. They need to get the switch first and then go into that play. Corner, Castle, post up Wembanyama, up behind the backboard. What a finish.
That was impressive work from Wembanyama to get the angle on that. His arms are so long that he could be behind the backboard and still get a pass.
Yeah, I don't think Shai has the advantage on Castle in that little isolation. Now he's just going to try up top. And the off arm. Castle finally got that call. And that's huge as well because they couldn't run the time down.
And
San Antonio very much alive.
And it's Shai's fifth.
Wow. Yep, good call. And Castle did sell it, but Shai certainly aggressive with the off arm. Now, can the Spurs get a three here? Castle going to attack. Hammer play. Great screen. Shai was just totally out of the play, but it hits the top of the backboard. Johnson got the rebound. Castle on the pass fake underneath to nobody. Oh, man. San Antonio, as Mitchell is down. McCain gets open near midcourt. Shai is underneath. And they're just going to run that same play again, even though it hasn't really particularly been working. Hartenstein screening for Shai to the elbow. Castle trying to hold him. McCain is on the ball. Not much pressure. Now they get it out to Shai in the corner. He'll attack quickly. Step back. That time he got more separation, and that's going to do it. Shai with the step back. Rather than going from a dead stop, he was able to get his momentum, use his signature move to create space, and that was a much more comfortable jumper. Now Castle ahead. Gets it back. Shai picking him up. Trying to bring Champagnie off the screen. Beautiful switch out by Wallace. Castle firing the three. Missed it. Good box out Hartenstein. And OKC is going to tie this at 2-2. Shai getting into the front court. They double team. Wallace has it. Caruso goes in for the easy layup. And now the focus is going to turn to the injury situation with J-Dub, hamstring injury. Harper, hamstring injury. And, of course, the ankle of De'Aaron Fox as well. I think they held him out with the 1-0 lead. They were very competitive. Wembanyama, there were going to be a big focus on the physicality of Hartenstein and how much he's getting away with and some of that stuff too. So it's going to be a pretty interesting 48 hours.